In the quiet hills of ancient Judea, people carried hope like a hidden flame. They spoke of a promised Messiah, a Savior who would restore what had been broken and bring light to a weary world. Among them was a young shepherd named Eli, patient, observant, and often troubled by the suffering he saw in his village. Eli had grown used to long days, dry fields, and the uneasy silence that followed each Roman patrol. Yet he listened closely whenever the elders read from the sacred scrolls. The words of the prophets seemed to reach beyond duty and ritual. They spoke of a child to be born, a king from humble beginnings, a servant who would heal the brokenhearted and gather the lost. One evening, as the sky softened from gold to violet, Eli met Miriam, an elderly storyteller known for remembering every promise passed down through generations. She was sharp-eyed and calm, with a voice that could quiet a room. She told Eli that hope was not naive, but stubborn. It survived exile, grief, and fear because it was anchored in something greater than human power. Eli asked why the Messiah had not come sooner. Miriam did not answer at once. She pointed toward the horizon, where the first star had appeared. Some answers, she said, are prepared slowly, like seed in hidden ground. The waiting itself shapes the people who will recognize the fulfillment when it arrives. News spread soon after of a growing tension in Bethlehem, where a young woman named Mary and her husband Joseph sought shelter under difficult circumstances. Their journey seemed small, almost ordinary, yet it carried the weight of prophecy. The village buzzed with doubt and rumor, but a few attentive hearts sensed that history was turning quietly, not with trumpets, but with footsteps. Elsewhere, wise men studied the sky and found a sign they could not ignore. They were learned, disciplined, and unwilling to dismiss wonder merely because it was unexpected. Following the star, they crossed distance and uncertainty, convinced that truth was worth pursuit even when it led beyond familiar borders. Eli watched the night deepen and felt something he could not name. The promise of the Messiah was still unfolding, still hidden from many, but it had already altered the air of the world. Hope had become movement. Waiting had become preparation. Long before the full story was known, the promise itself was enough to change those who believed it. And in that promise, the age-old longing of a people began to take shape as a coming light.